morning. It is football time in Tennessee, everyone. And with the clock counting down to that first game, the Pride of the Southland Band is working hard to get ready for game day. And the University of Tennessee's Land Grant Films put together an episode featuring the Pride of the Southland Band and the Circle Drill. And Seth Reynolds and Hahofer joins us now to talk more about this. It's a fun documentary, that's for sure. Let's talk about the idea.
Yeah, so I marched in the Pride of the Southland Band back in 2019, my freshman year at UT. I didn't end up continuing because COVID hit, and I wanted to focus on some other things. And, you know, that experience, learning everything they do and the training camp that they go through and putting on a show like Circle Drill, I always thought it'd be really cool to do a documentary about that in the style of Hard Knocks football training camp show that HBO does every year. And so getting to come back in grad school, I had the opportunity to pitch a film to Land Grant Films, and I've been sitting on that idea for years and decided, you know, when else am I going to get the chance to do this? And the history behind the show and the band is just so rich, and we talked to a lot of really great names associated with the band and students currently in the band. And so getting to mesh kind of my two areas of interest that I've had for many, many, many years has just been a dream come true.
And then how did you get interested, and what was your role in the film?
For me, it was my first year at UT, and I met Seth in class, and I really liked the idea. And it was my first documentary, and I just wanted to gain experience in filming a documentary. And we got to spend a lot of time with the band. We filmed every practice. For me, it was amazing to just immerse in the culture at UT. So it was a great experience overall.
So you got some really exclusive access, I bet, and got to go behind the scenes. And I mean, what was that experience like for you? You've been in the band, so you know, when you got to see it, what did you think?
It was amazing, because I'm not used to this culture. I'm from Austria in Europe, and it's just totally different from what I'm used to. And just seeing the band, following them around, especially on game day during the Alabama game, that was incredible.
Yeah. And then let's, you know, we maybe should have started with this, but for people who don't know what the Circle Drill is, what is that exactly?
Sure. So, I mean, if you want to know more, you can watch the film.
True.
But Circle Drill is originally, it was just a little move they did in one show back in the 1960s. And so back then, Dr. W.J. Julian, who was the director of the band, approached one of the students at the time, Ken Landgren. He was a physics and math student at UT at the time, and he was like, hey, I kind of want to turn this into a full show. Would you want to do that for me? And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And so that was back then. Now there's all sorts of crazy computer programs they can use, but he hand sketched this show, and then they marched it, and it was a hit. And so every year they have continued to build and build and build upon the show, and it is just one of the most hard drills you could possibly imagine. A lot of shows, marching band shows, are performed facing the stands in one direction, playing music there, and then you kind of turn and move to your next spot, turn around and keep playing. This show, you never stop. You're doing all sorts of things. You're performing to every single corner of the stadium, and so there really is no free time to stop. It is just constant movement. It is really engaging and fun, and they do it every single year at one home game, and they try to do it an away game if they can, and then if we get to go to bowl games or the playoffs, they try to take the band and do it there as well.
Well, right before we let you go, what's next?
All right, so up next, after Circle Drill documentary, is a Hurricane Helene recovery doc. We had a crew go and follow some businesses that were affected in rural northeast Tennessee by the floods back last year, and so it's about the recovery from that. We've also got a documentary about the opioid epidemic in northeast Tennessee and rural southwest Virginia as well. And then after that, we have a documentary about the Knoxville Makerspace. Wow, great stuff coming up. Thank you both for joining us today. And a reminder, hey, if you want to see more about the Tennessee Circle Drill, it is live now, streaming on our app, WBIR Plus, which you can download for free and watch on your TV. Thanks so much, gentlemen. Now, we want to send things